हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू डिकोड एग्जाम डिफेंस। और आज का ये सेशन हम लोगों का बहुत स्पेशल सेशन है, क्योंकि आज हम एक ऐसे व्यक्ति से आपका परिचय कराने जा रहे हैं जो ऑलरेडी आपके एग्ज़ाम में, जो अभी एनडीए का रिजल्ट आया है लास्ट ईयर का 2019 सेकेंड का एनडीए 144 का, उसमें सिलेक्टेड है। ये मेरे स्टूडेंट है अविराज सिंह, और आज ये आपको बताएंगे कि एसएसबी में कैसे तैयारी की जाती है, एसएसबी के कैसे चरण होते हैं, और ये एक मेंटोरशिप या गाइडलाइन आपको देंगे कि एसएसबी में आपको क्या क्या करना चाहिए और एसएसबी के प्रोसीजर क्या होता है। बहुत सारे बच्चे इसमें कंफ्यूज है कि एसएसबी को कैसे करना है, या बहुत सारी चीज़ों को लेकर उनके मन में बहुत सारी डाउट्स हैं। तो उस डाउट्स को आज अविराज सिंह आपके साथ क्लियर करेंगे, और ये एक एक चीज़ को बहुत आसानी से समझा देंगे एसएसबी के डे 1 से लेकर डे 5 तक। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। अविराज सिंह आपको अब गाइड करेंगे।
Good morning everyone, my name is Aviraj Singh and I have been recently recommended for ND 144 course. Now, I have made this video to make your doubts clear about the SSBs and the process involved in SSBs and how I managed to clear my SSB in my first attempt. So, in this video, we will talk about what the SSB is, the general overview of SSB and what test prevails in SSB and how to prepare for them. Now, as all of you know that SSB is a 5-day process. Now, it has 4 main tests, namely, first is screening test. Now, for the screening test, I want to tell you that very first day when you report for the SSB in your respective SSB center, then there is a big hall where all the students got there. And first screening test contains 2 tests, that is SSB, that is your reasoning ability test, and the second one is your PPDT, that is picture perception and description test. Now, in the reasoning test, there are two question papers which have about 50 questions, and you get 30 minutes to complete each sheets of questions. Now, I want to tell you that there are the level of the questions which came in the reasoning test are not very hard. They are really easy, and if you prepare for these reasoning tests only for 10 to 14 days, you can easily be able to clear your OIR test and able to score good marks in it. Now, on the picture perception and description test, now it is very important test because it has most weightage in your screening. Now, the thing is that there are a lot of aspirants which get screened out, and that is due to their lack of performance in PPDT. They prepared very well for the OIR and done greatly their OIR test, but they lack in the PPDT. Now, I want to tell you that what happens in the PPDT test. So, that is PT and DT test. Now, in PPDT test, they will show you a image. Now, image will be shown to you for 30 seconds only. Now, after the 30 seconds, they will show you picture on the projector for 30 seconds, and after 30 seconds the picture will be gone, and there will be a sheets given to you. In that, the format of sheet will be like this. There is a square sheet, then there will be a circle in it. Here is written action, and there is story. Now, the thing is that you have to write the whole story only in 4 minutes, and there is an action part which you can see here. You get 1 minute to write the action of the story. Now, there will be a doubt in you are thinking that how we can write a story in 4 minutes. Now, I will like to tell you that you don't have to write a long story or a novel kind of a thing. You just have to write 12 to 15 lines of a story which contains a good amount of OLQs, which I will talk to you late in a moment. in this video, and a good positive, and the story will be portraying a good positive impact. Now there is a rumors about the this test, that if you have shown, if you are made to show a negative image, you have to perceive it positively, and you don't have to portray that picture negatively, such as if there is photo about the accident, then most of people told you to not to make the picture about the accident or injury, or you have, and to take it in another way. Now I would like to tell you that all these things are just myths, and if you have to make a story according to the picture shown to you, now that doesn't mean that if the picture is negative, you have to make it positively from the start. Yes, you can start by negative, portraying that negativity which has. Now what you can do is, first of all, if the picture is negative, just show what is happening in the picture. Now the thing is that you don't have to end the picture in the negative light. You can, if there is a as we can take our old example of accident. Now what you can do is that, suppose you can write a story on it like that, that there is a character named Ram which is going to college, and another person which is fell down on the road due to the holes on the road, or he got an accident by the car. Now you can suppose that, as I have mentioned you about the story of the accident, you can say that a character Ram which is going to the college, and he saw accident on his way. Now he went to the accident site, examined the person which got injured, gave him first aid, and called the ambulance, and asked nearby people to help him. Now if you write a story like this, instead of just making it an positive story, like making it on the picture shooting or the movie shooting, it will be a much better of a story. And also I know that 4 minutes is very less to write a story, so you have to practice a lot to write a picture to so you have to practice a lot to be able to write your story in 4 minutes. Now the main problem in this part of PPDT is that, now till this portion we have only talked about picture perception test, and there is one more part in it, that is discussion. Now the discussion done is when all the cadets will be made to sit in a large hall. They will show you a picture, and after you have written your picture, they will tell you to give this sheet a nice fold, and then you are divided into a group of 8 students, and then there are several rooms in which 3 assessors have been there, in which there are 3 assessors, and they make you sit in the semicircle area, and there will be seatings in the semicircle, and you are made to sit in that. Then you have to then each and every student give the narration. The narration is the story which you have written in your sheet, and after everyone has completed their narration, the discussion starts. Now the problem is in the discussion, there are lots of students which feel tensed or get nervous while the discussion test. Now I would like to tell that there is nothing to be tensed or to be stressed in just doing the discussion. You have to just you have to just give a few good points, and to make a story, you have to just give few good points, and if you are able to make your group to come at consensus, then that will be a very great thing for you. Now you have to just spoke for 3 to 4 times in the whole discussion, and you will easily clear your picture perception and description test. Now I will clear your doubt regarding the PPDT test. In this I will clear your doubts related to PPDT in the further lectures. Now for now, let's move on to our next day. Now after the first day, the second day, now I would like to clear one more thing, that what happens on first day depends upon which SSB you have gone to. If you have gone for the Air Force Selection Board, then after the screening test, suppose that your screening test get end at 3 p.m. and after declaring result, you have been you will be given about 2 hours of the rest, and after 2 hours of the rest, there is psychological test at the same first day. And at the army selection board or navy selection board, the psychology test happened to the second day. So if we talk about if we are talking in general sense, then we should take the second day as psychological test. Now I would like to explain what happened in psychological test. Day 2 is your psych test. Now what happens in the psychological test? Psychological test is not only one test, it contains a series of tests. And I would like to tell that according to me, psychological test is one of the most important and one of the most tedious tests of in entire SSB. Now the reason behind saying this is that suppose because the psychological test test your subconscious mind. Now we all know that we can fool anyone if we use our conscious mind, but when we use our subconscious mind, fooling other people is very difficult. And the psychological tests are made in such a way that that your subconscious mind is tested. Now the all the way the now I would like to tell you one thing, that whole SSB is based on your OLQs. Now your OLQs is known as officers like qualities. I would tell you OLQs in a later bit. Now let's talk to the psychological test. So psychological test contain 4 tests, namely TAT, that is thematic apperception test, WAT, word association test, situation reaction test, that is SRT, and 4th is self description test. Now what happened? Now we will write all these tests here. First is TAT, second WAT, third is SRT, and 4th is SD. Now in the thematic apperception test, it is same as you have did in your PPDT test. The only difference here is that you don't have to discuss in TAT, and also the number of slides that have been that will be shown to you are way more than in PPDT. In PPDT you have made to shown only one picture, but here you will be shown 12 picture. 11 will be the pictures which you have to perceive and write story about that, and the 12th one will be a blank picture, that is no picture in the screen. Now there are in TAT there are 12 picture, not 12 picture. In WAT, now in WAT test, second test is word association test. In this you have been shown 60 words, and the time given per word is 15 seconds. Now you have been thinking that 15 seconds are really less, and but I would like to tell you the words that came in WAT are really simple, and that can be the word came in WAT are really easy to understand and to write a sentence about them. Now you have been thinking that what should be the ideal length of the sentence. Now I would like to recommend to write not more than 5 to 6 words. A sentence between below 5 words will be more than enough. And if you try to write sentence more than 5 to 6 words, then the problem arise is that you will be engaged in writing that same word, and in 15 seconds it will be very difficult for you to simultaneously write the sentence about the word that has been shown to you previously and the new word which has been flashed on the projector screen. So I would recommend to only write for 3 to 4 words and you will be good to go. Now and also I would like to tell you that you can leave words if you don't know or don't have any sentence and currently to make on them. You can leave that words for later, or just you can leave them. The thing is that you don't have to write each and every you don't have to write the sentence for each and every word. Just write the go for these words which you know, which you can make sentences on, and you will be good to go. You can, but I will not suggest you to leave more words than 5 to 6. If you are leaving only 5 to 6 words, that will be good, and there is no harm in doing it. Now, after the WAT, the third one is SRT, that is situation reaction test. Now, for the situation reaction test, you will be given a sheet in which there will be. Now, for SRT, I will give you, to understand it better, I will give you an example. Suppose you are going with your friend for hiking, and suddenly your friend fall into a ditch while hiking, and his leg is broken. Now, what will you do? Now, these kind of the situation that will come in your SSB RT, there is no time limit for per sentence. You can take as much as time in writing that one sentence, but the whole SRT should be completed in 60 minutes, that is 1 hour, and there are 60 SRTs. So you should be quick, and for the average you can only give 1 minute per sentence. So I would like to suggest you that prepare for SRT as much as you can, because these SRTs are as kind of a thing that if you have a general sense of thinking that what you have to do in these kind of situation, then you can do really well in SRTs. And also you can also leave few SRTs if there is if you are also, I would like to tell you that you don't have to write a huge responses for that SRTs. A response between same 5 to 6 letters will be more than enough, and you don't have to write full words. You can use commas, etc. to say, to convey your words, because in SSB your grammar is not because in SSB they are not checking your grammar, they are just checking your response towards that situation. Now, at response, I would like to tell you one thing, that the name of the test is situation reaction test. Now you have to now after situation reaction test there will be SD. SD is known as self description. In self description they will see how you think, how you perceive about yourself, how you perceive that other perceives you. Like the questions mainly asked in SD are your opinion towards you, what do you think your friends think about you, what your teachers think about you, and what your parents think about you. SD is the only test which you can prepare beforehand, because the questions that come in SD are predictable and they don't really change as much. So if you can if you prepare really well about what you think about yourself, what your parents think about yourself, what your teachers thinks about yourself, so you don't have to waste time in thinking there when you are writing your SD, that what I will write and how I will write. If you prepare it beforehand, you can save a lot of time which you can spend in writing your WAT which you have left, or the SRTs which you have left. So I suggest that you should prepare SD beforehand, so that you can complete your SD quickly. Now the other thing is that in SD all about the psychological test. Now I would like to tell that psychology test is one of the main problem due to which the student get rejected or conference out. The thing is that we focus more upon the tests and not how to prepare ourselves for the test. Now at the third day and fourth day there will be the GTO. Now at third and fourth day there will be GTO. GTO known as ground task. In GTO you have to perform your task in the grounds. Now in GTO there are 9 tests. 9 tests. That is group discussion, military planning exercise, progressive group task, half group task, lecturate, snake race, command task, and individual obstacle, and the final group task. There are total 10 obstacles. There are total 10 tests that you have to perform in GTO. So there is a huge number of tests and you have to perform in 2 days. Now, the third and fourth day is very important because till now in psychology and in psychological test you don't have to interact with other teammates of yours as much, but GTO is all about how you interact with your teammates, how do you perform in stressed situations, and how well you communicate with your colleagues there. So at third and fourth day it is all about how you communicate with your group mates. I will explain you all these tests one by one. On the first test is GD, that is group discussion. Now in group discussion there will be two discussions that will be conducted. In first discussion we will be given two choices, the two topics, and at the second one the officer, the ground task officer will give us the topic, and we don't have the liberty to choose from. Now the thing is that in group discussion you will be given a topic and three leads in it. So you have to many people suggest that you have to you can explain or you can talk about all the leads one by one, but what I suggest is that you should stick to one lead and talk about that lead till the that is the approach that I performed. Now in group discussion the thing is that discussion, the main problem is that all the candidates that are there, all when the discussion starts, all start shouting at the top of their lung, and the group discussion become the fish market. Now there are few tips how to escape from the fish market or how to handle that kind of situation. So the first thing is that when the group discussion start, don't speak when it start at that moment. Take one or take few seconds, such as 15, 30 to 45 seconds. Arrange your thoughts, arrange what you are about to saying in the proper sentences, proper lines, and then start speaking. Now I would like to tell you that when all are speaking, there will be a time after 1 minute or before 1 minute that the sounds of the aspirants or the aspirants which are speaking in this GD will gradually starting to decrease. Now that is your time, then you can start what you have to say, and if you will be able to say that in good form or good manner, because before that you have been arranging what you have to say for 15 to 30 seconds, so it will be help you a lot, and you can say what you have to say in fluent manner, so it will impress the ground task officer and also your colleagues or your group mates which will be there, and it will give you a edge on the other members. Also in GD the thing is that we focus a lot on making ourselves heard, that we don't listen to the others. So I suggest that after you finish the speaking, then you should also listen to what others are saying, and take some if suppose that if one of your friend or one of your group mate is speaking something, and also it is in the favor of what you are speaking, so you can take his sentences, you can add his sentences in your in what you are about to be speaking, so it will also impress the GTO that you have listened what others said and not only focused on what you have to say. So this is my tip for the group discussion. Now going ahead, let's talk about group planning exercise. Now for the group planning exercise, there will be a big model. In that model I will give you an example. The second will be military planning exercise. In military planning exercise there will be a model, or there will be a board like this. In this board there will be mountains, rivers, houses, roads, villages, and other features as well. So in this military planning exercise there will be a situation, a problem, and you have to sort all the problems in a given time period. Suppose you have given, suppose you have 30 minutes, so you have to arrange all that problems that has been given in the model in under 30 minutes. And also there are hidden cues, hidden hidden there are hidden cues and also hidden features that you have to find by yourself, by your common sense, and you have to use them in your solution what you have written for the military planning exercise. Now military planning exercise, it is also a kind of test which you can prepare beforehand. So I would like to suggest you that prepare for as much as military planning exercises as you can. You can get sheets for military planning exercises online, anywhere online. You can just Google about military planning exercise for SSBs, and you will get a bunch of sheets for military planning exercise. Now what happens if you do military planning exercise is that when you are sitting there in the hall for preparing for military planning exercise, then you will don't have to be able to find the solution more effectively if you have prepared before. If you have fourth Now the third one is the progressive group task. In the progressive group task, you will be taken to the ground. There will be a few obstacles on the ground like poles and all the other kind of the obstacles, and you will be given plank, a pole, a rope, and a weight load. Now all these, if you have a group of 8 people, you all have to work in synergy to cross all these obstacles and reach the end line. Now there will be a now I don't want to go in the deeply in this topic for this lecture because it will consume a lot of time. For now I would like to tell you that it generally takes 40 to 45 minutes, and if you were, and it is not really important to complete all the obstacle. Suppose if there are 5 to 6 obstacle, if you have completed only 4 obstacle, then it is nothing bad for you. So I would in the PGT, the tip I would like to give you is that focus more on the problems ahead. Now for this, what I mean is that in this situation in PGT, what happens is that when you are overcoming an obstacle and you don't getting any idea, so don't stand behind everyone and tie your hands like this and stand like that, because the GTO is observing you all. So if you are will standing like tying up your hands or looking here and there and not focusing on the obstacle which is ahead, then that will give a very bad impact to the GTO. So what I want to suggest you is that focus on the problem ahead, try to find the solution, and if you are not able to find the solution, at least try to engage with the problem. Do not escape from the problem and think like that, let me stand behind and my teammates will overcome this problem. So the participation is must. If you have been able to find the solution, that is good, but you should at least focus on that part but at least you should participate. Now other thing is that half group task. When you group of 8 will complete the PGT, then you will be divided into half groups. Suppose you are 8, then you will be divided into the 4 groups of each. Now at half group task, suppose that you will be not be able to perform well in your progressive group task, then GTO give you another chance to perform and prove your effectiveness in half group task. Now in half group task there will be in half group task you get a great amount of chance in proving your in proving your efficiency and proving that in proving your efficiency. Now in now after half group task, there will be individual obstacle. Individual obstacle depends on your physical, checks your physical stamina, like how fit you are and what kind of the physical fitness you have. In this there will be a ground. It will be have different kind of the obstacles. You have to cross all the obstacle one by one, and there are marking on the obstacle from 1 to 12. and each marking means score. If you have, suppose you have crossed obstacle of which have a number 1 in it, then you get 1 marks. If you have managed to cross one obstacle that has 12 number written on it, then you will get 12 marks, and your total will be 13. So at so the individual obstacle totally depend on how physically fit you are. So I would like to suggest that don't focus on if you are not that kind of a fit person, don't dishearten, because the obstacles there are not that hard. You can easily complete about 6 to 7 obstacles. So what you can do is to just do running for 3 to 4 kilometers daily, and some kind of gym and a few pull-ups, push-ups, and you will be good to go, and you can easily clear obstacles in your individual obstacle. Now the other task is the command task. Now the assessor has tested you in day 3, and now it is day 3, and day 4 is about to end. So now wants to see how you can perform in when you are how you can perform in the situation where you have to work with your subordinates. And this is a really good chance to show how good you are, or how easily you can how easily you can give solution to the problems. In the command task, generally you are you are told to call two subordinates. Now the thing is that we tend to call the subordinates that we have able to make friendship with in our in previous days, that is in the day 1, day 2, and the 2 person which we have friendship with and we talk to them most are called are the person that you will call. Now I would like to suggest that rather than calling your friends, I would like to suggest that call those friends that are being able to fit for that problem. Them to call for those candidates or those teammates that are perfectly suitable for that given obstacle. And 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 sometimes GTO can also ask that why you called only them and not the others. So so you should be prepared with that questions as well. Now after that command task, so in command task what happens is that you will be given a problem, and you have to with the help of subordinate you have to either cross any obstacle, or the famous one of the most famous command task given is to defuse the bomb. Now these kind of the tasks that were given in command task, and you have to work with your subordinate in synergy so that you can clear the command task. Now there is a second last task, that is final group task. Now GTO has tested you in group. It has divided you into group of 4. Now it has again command task. It has now you have gone through the command task, individual obstacle, and now there is time for the full group task. Now you are again a team of 8. The same things as happened in the PGT. The only difference is that in full group task the difficulty of obstacle are considerably less as compared to the progressive group task. So one more test that has been left is the lecturate. Now in lecturate what happens is that you have been given a card. In card there are 4 topics, and you have to choose any one topic from that card of 4 topics, and you have to speak about that topic in front of your teammates and GTO as well. So but the main problem is that for that lecturate you don't get much time for the preparation. So I would like to tell that lecturate is a kind of thing which depends on the level of your knowledge or general awareness. So I would like to tell that you should expand your general awareness, and you can speak in the front of mirror or in front of your friends and ask them to rate you how you have performed, and all these kind of tasks you can do to do good in the lecturate. Now the last task is the snake race. In the snake race your team made to compete the other teams. In this, there will be a huge rope which will be called snake, and there will be one battle cry, and also you have to compete with the other teams, and the first one to reach, and there will be also obstacles, and the first one to reach all the obstacle will be declared as the winner. Now this is all about the day 3 and 4, that is GTO. Now at day 5, no 3 and 4, now what happens is that the interview is the process that runs simultaneously. What happens is that sometimes the interview happens after the psychology or GTO, after you have did your GTO. So the interview part is that happen any time between day 3 to 4. So in interview there will be one interviewing officer which will interview you in a room, and there will be a casual talk between you and interviewer about your family background and your education and all these kind of a thing. So in interview, one important thing is your PIQ form. So after the screening test, you are made to fill a PIQ form, that is personal information questionnaire form. In that form you have to write in that form there is a lot of questions that has been asked to you relating to your family background, your education, your hobbies, interest, and your special achievements, and majority of your interview, you can say that 80% of your interview depends upon your PIQ form. So you should better prepare for prepare for how to fill PIQ form efficiently in a good manner, and also focus on filling the PIQ form with the good handwriting, give a good impact on the interviewing officer. So this is the part of total day 3 to 4. Now at the last day there is conference. Now in the conference is all about there will be a huge hall, you will be going to a conference room one by one, and conference lasts for just for 1 to 2 minutes. If and for some candidates it can last to 20 to 25 minutes also, but generally it lasts from few minutes, such as 1 to 2 minutes. They ask you 1 or 2 questions, and then they say you can leave. And after the conference, everybody has gone through conference, the results are declared for the SSB, and after the results are declared, there will be the form filling. And if you have went to the Air Force Selection Board, then the psychology happens in the day 1, and GTO happens in day 2 to 3, and conference in the day 4. So that day 5 there is a pilot aptitude and battery test, which is known as nowadays known as CPSS. In the CPSS you have there are 2 phases in CPSS. In first phase there is mainly reasoning test and instrument reading about the planes, and in the in the second test you are made to sit in the cockpit, simulator cockpit, and you have to play games in that. And there are few games, and every game will be given there are few games, and you have been given 3 chance, and the best of 3 will be considered. So this is all the process that happens in the SSB. Thank you.